Look up at the night sky. For thousands of years, we have accepted the moon as a silent, natural companion, a celestial rock, born from the violent collision of early Earth. It is a constant, a fixture of our history, and a cornerstone of our understanding of the solar system. But what if that narrative is a complete fabrication? What if everything we have been taught to believe about our closest neighbor is wrong? Welcome back to MoralSpark. Tonight, we strip away the comfort of the familiar. We are going to look past the craters and the phases to ask a question that changes everything. Is the moon truly a natural body? Or is it something else entirely? A construct. A machine. A silent observer positioned in our orbit for reasons we are only beginning to fathom. The evidence is hidden in plain sight, etched into the very surface we take for granted. We are about to dismantle the traditional view of our sky, piece by piece. The investigation begins now. Consider the scale of the lunar body. If it were truly a natural satellite, its composition would mirror the terrestrial planets. It would be dense, heavy, and formed through the chaotic accretion of space debris. Yet, the data tells a different story. The moon behaves like a lightweight, manufactured object. It lacks the core density we expect from a celestial body of its size. This is not a random rock captured by Earth's gravity. It is a calculated, engineered placement. Imagine a structure spanning thousands of miles, hollowed out to serve a specific long-term purpose. We are proposing that the moon is a massive artificial satellite, an observation post placed here by an advanced alien civilization. This shifts our perspective entirely. We stop looking at a piece of dead matter and start looking at a piece of technology. It is a vessel, dormant and waiting, positioned with precision to maintain a constant, unblinking watch over our world. Now look closer at the lunar surface. For generations, we have been told that those circular depressions are the scars of ancient meteorite impacts. But look again with a different lens. Imagine those craters not as random collisions, but as the armored hull of a gargantuan spacecraft. These are not chaotic gouges. They are the structural features of a massive, manufactured exterior. Think of the scale required to build such a shell. We are talking about a vessel that dwarfs our largest cities. A metallic expanse stretching across the void. Some of these perfectly circular formations show signs of overlapping patterns, suggesting not impact sites but deliberate, industrial repair patches or docking ports. The precision is staggering. A natural body would show irregular, jagged damage. Instead, we see a uniform, reinforced layer designed to withstand the vacuum. It is a protective outer skin, a shield for whatever lies beneath the surface. When you view the moon this way, the sense of scale changes. It is a masterpiece of alien engineering, a gargantuan armored sentinel that has been drifting in our backyard for eons. The awe is not in its size, but in its purpose. We move from the visual evidence to the physical data recorded during the Apollo missions. This is where the theory shifts from speculation to a tangible, mechanical mystery. When the lunar modules were jettisoned and crashed into the surface, they were intended to calibrate seismic sensors left behind by the astronauts. Scientists expected a dull thud, a quick absorption of energy by a solid, rocky core. Instead, they received a result that defied every geological model. The moon did not just absorb the impact, it reacted. The entire lunar body vibrated, resonating like a massive hollow bell for over an hour. This is not how a solid sphere of rock and iron behaves. A dense, terrestrial body would dampen the shockwave within seconds. The sustained, rhythmic oscillation recorded by the seismic equipment suggests a completely different internal architecture. It implies a structure capable of conducting sound and vibration across its entire frame. Why would a natural satellite ring with such persistence? The data points to a singular conclusion. We are not looking at a solid mass, but a complex, hollowed-out shell. It is a machine, and it spoke to us through its own vibration. Consider the physics of a solid object. If you strike a boulder, the energy is localized. The vibration dies out almost instantly as the shockwave is absorbed by the dense, compressed material. This is the standard behavior for any natural terrestrial body. Now compare that to the moon. When the lunar modules struck the surface, the energy did not dissipate. It traveled. It echoed through the entire structure for 60 minutes. This is the signature of a hollow shell. Think of a cathedral bell or a metallic drum. When struck, the sound carries. The moon behaves exactly like this. It is not a solid mass of rock and iron. It is a vast internal void protected by an outer casing. A solid rock cannot ring. A machine, however, is designed to maintain its structural integrity while housing empty chambers. The moon is not a celestial accident. It is a manufactured, hollowed-out vessel. We are looking at a gargantuan, artificial shell. Beyond the sound of the moon, we must confront the cold, hard mathematics of its mass. Scientists have long mapped the density of our solar system, establishing a baseline for how planets and satellites should behave. Earth, a solid terrestrial body, possesses a high density, packed with heavy metals and a core of molten iron. We expect the moon to mirror this composition. It does not. The moon is far less dense than our planet, a fact that defies the standard model of planetary formation. If the moon were a natural satellite formed from the same debris as Earth, its internal structure should be equally heavy and compressed. Instead, it behaves like a lightweight, manufactured object. The math simply does not add up for a solid rock. When we calculate the volume against the observed mass, we find a significant deficit. This is not a random geological variation. It is a fundamental flaw in the natural satellite theory. A celestial body of this size should be dense, heavy, and solid. The moon is light, porous, and structurally inconsistent. This density anomaly is the smoking gun. It confirms that the moon is a carefully engineered lightweight vessel. If the moon were a natural neighbor, it would share the genetic code of the terrestrial planets. Look at Earth, Mars, or Venus. They are siblings, forged from the same cosmic dust, sharing a consistent ratio of heavy elements. The moon, however, is a stranger. It does not mirror the composition of the world it orbits. When we analyze the lunar surface, we find a chemical profile that refuses to align with any natural satellite. We see traces of titanium and uranium in concentrations that simply do not occur through natural geological processes. These are not the signatures of a cooling rock. They are the hallmarks of a machine. The moon is a composition clash. It lacks the heavy, iron-rich core that gravity demands. Instead, it presents a surface that feels engineered. We are not looking at a rock. We are looking at a manufactured anomaly that does not belong here. Now, consider the most unsettling mystery of all, the phenomenon of tidal locking. We look up and see the same features, the same craters, and the same dark plains every single night. The moon rotates on its axis at the exact speed required to keep one face permanently hidden from Earth. It is a perfect, locked synchronization. In the realm of natural celestial bodies, this is a statistical impossibility. Planets and moons are subject to chaotic gravitational forces, tidal friction, and orbital decay. For a body to maintain such a precise, unwavering orientation over eons, it requires constant, active adjustment. A natural satellite would drift. It would wobble. It would eventually show us its far side. The moon does not. It remains fixed, as if tethered by an invisible, rigid connection. Think of the sheer mechanical precision required to maintain this state. It is not the behavior of a drifting rock caught in a gravity well. It is the behavior of a machine designed to hold a specific, calculated position. The rotation is too perfect, the alignment too absolute. It acts like a clockwork gear, turning in lockstep with our own planet. This is not a coincidence of nature. It is a deliberate, engineered constraint. Every rotation is a calculated movement. Every second of alignment, a testament to a system that refuses to let us see what lies on the other side. If this is a machine, then its placement is no accident. It occupies the perfect vantage point, a high ground position that offers a comprehensive view of our entire planet. Consider the strategic brilliance of such a location. By hovering in a fixed, synchronized orbit, the moon acts as a silent sentry, perpetually scanning our atmosphere, our oceans, and our developing civilizations. It is not merely orbiting, it is stationed. This positioning is far too convenient to be the result of a random gravitational capture. It suggests a calculated intent to monitor, to track, and to record. Every movement we make happens under the gaze of that hidden face. We live our lives under a constant, unblinking eye. Yet we have spent centuries romanticizing our companion as a mere rock. The reality is far more invasive. We are not just sharing our sky with a satellite. We are living in a laboratory under the scrutiny of an unseen observer. The silence from that hidden side is not empty space. We are being watched from above, and the positioning of this object ensures that we never truly see the entity behind the lens. Our celestial neighbor is a sentinel. If the moon is a surveillance post, we must confront the architect. Who possesses the engineering mastery to hollow out a celestial body and anchor it in such a precise, permanent orbit? This is not the work of a civilization that builds with steel or stone. This is the work of a culture that manipulates gravity and mass as easily as we manipulate clay. They have remained silent for eons, watching us rise from the mud to the stars, yet they have never signaled their presence. Why? Perhaps they are waiting for a specific technological milestone, a threshold we have yet to cross. Or perhaps they are simply indifferent to our existence, treating our entire history as a fleeting data point in a much larger cosmic experiment. The silence is the most terrifying aspect of all. It is not an absence of life, it is a calculated choice. They are not hiding. They are simply operating on a scale of time that renders our entire civilization invisible. We are looking for radio signals or physical contact, but the builders are not interested in conversation. They are interested in observation. The mystery of the builders remains locked behind the very surface. If observation is the goal, then we are the specimens. Consider the possibility that our entire history is not a natural progression, but a long-term biological study conducted by an intelligence far beyond our own. We are not living on a planet, we are living in a petri dish. Every war, every invention, and every cultural shift might be a variable introduced by the builders to measure our response. They track our resilience, our capacity for violence, and our ability to transcend our own limitations. Think of the way we monitor lab animals. We provide them with food, shelter, and obstacles, then record the results. The moon provides the perfect, controlled environment for such a study. It stabilizes our climate, regulates our tides, and ensures the conditions for life remain within specific parameters. If the moon were to vanish, our biological development would collapse instantly. This suggests the moon is not just a sensor, it is a life support system. We are being measured against a set of criteria we cannot see, in a laboratory we cannot escape. Our every struggle is data. If the moon is a laboratory, we must look at the walls of our cage. For decades, we have stared at the lunar surface and seen only the scars of ancient meteor impacts. But look closer at the geometry. These craters are not chaotic, jagged depressions formed by random collisions. They are perfectly circular, with flat, uniform floors that defy the physics of natural impact. In any other context, we would identify these structures as domes or reinforced repair patches. The symmetry is too precise to be accidental. It is the hallmark of industrial design. As we map these features, the mask of the natural satellite begins to slip. The silence of the moon is not the silence of space. It is the silence of a machine that has been running for an eternity. The visual evidence is only the beginning. To truly understand the nature of our companion, we must look at what it is made of. When we analyze the structural integrity of the lunar crust, we find traces that simply should not exist in a natural celestial body. We are talking about concentrations of titanium and uranium that defy every model of planetary formation. In nature, these elements do not clump together in such refined, industrial-grade purity. They are the hallmarks of manufacturing, the byproducts of a process designed to build, to strengthen, and to endure. Imagine the lunar crust not as geological strata, but as an armored plating, synthesized and layered by an intelligence that mastered metallurgy eons before we learned to strike flint. These metallic signatures are the smoking gun. They are the chemical fingerprints of a machine. As we detect these industrial traces, the realization becomes unavoidable. We are not looking at a rock, we are looking at a machine. The evidence is embedded in the material itself. The data is clear, and the implications are absolute. We have spent centuries gazing at a ghost, mistaking a manufactured construct for a natural satellite. When you strip away the geological assumptions and look at the physical reality, the conclusion is inescapable. The moon is not a rock, it is a machine. It is a gargantuan, orbiting apparatus, positioned with calculated precision to observe our world from the safety of the void. Think of the scale. A hollowed-out shell, millions of tons of refined metal, coasting through the vacuum of space. It does not orbit by chance. It maintains its position by design. It does not reflect light by accident. It serves as a platform for an intelligence that has watched us since the dawn of our species. We are not living under a celestial companion. We are living under a massive, artificial installation. Every crater, every metallic trace, every anomaly is a component of a larger functional whole. The mask has fallen away. The object in our sky is a tool, a station, a silent sentinel that has been operational far longer than human civilization has existed. We are not the masters of this solar system. We are the subjects of a long-term study, living our lives in the shadow of a machine that never sleeps, never falters, and never leaves our side. Now turn your attention to the dark side. For generations, we have called it the silent face of the moon, assuming it was merely a place where light never reached. We were wrong. The silence is not an absence of activity, it is a mask. Deep within the interior, beneath the armored shell, our most sensitive instruments have begun to pick up a persistent, low-frequency vibration. It is not a random seismic event. It is a rhythmic, mechanical pulse. Imagine a heartbeat, but forged from titanium and cold circuitry. This is the hum of an ancient, dormant engine, waiting in the dark. It resonates through the lunar crust, a steady subterranean thrum that has been echoing for eons. It does not fluctuate, it does not decay. It is a constant, mechanical presence that defies every law of natural geology. When you listen to the data, you are not hearing the creak of cooling rock. You are hearing the idle of a machine that has been left in standby mode. The dark side is not empty space. It is the engine room of a cosmic observer. That hum is the sound of a system that is merely waiting for a signal, a command, or a threshold to be crossed. It is a terrifying, rhythmic reminder that the machine above us is not dead. If the machine is awake, then we must confront the reality of our position. We look at the stars and dream of colonization, of being the masters of our own solar system, yet we are doing so under the gaze of an architect we cannot see. Consider the evidence: a perfectly positioned satellite, a dormant engine, and a history of silence that spans the entirety of human existence. This is not a coincidence. This is a controlled environment. We are not the pioneers of this system. We are the specimens. Every technological leap we make, every war we fight, and every discovery we document is being recorded by the silent sentinel hanging in our sky. We are living in a cosmic laboratory, a petri dish suspended in the void, where our development is monitored with cold, clinical precision. Are we truly the masters of our fate, or are we merely subjects in a long-term biological study? The walls of our laboratory are the orbit of the moon itself. We have been playing out our lives in a cage, believing the sky was our limit, while the true owners of this system watched from the shadows. The weight of this realization settles in the silence of your own room. Look out your window tonight. That familiar glow in the sky is no longer a comforting light, it is a lens. Every movement you make, every private moment you think is hidden, is potentially being logged by the silent observer. You are not just a specimen in a laboratory. You are a target of constant, unblinking scrutiny. The vulnerability is absolute. Think of the data points being gathered, your habits, your reactions, the very rhythm of your life. All of it is being streamed. You feel the exposure in the back of your neck, a prickling sensation that you are never truly alone. The moon does not sleep, and it does not look away. It tracks the progress of the human experiment with a cold, mechanical indifference. The sky is no longer a vast, empty frontier. It is a crowded, watchful place. You are exposed, you are measured, and you are being watched. Consider the scale of what we have uncovered. If the moon is indeed a machine, if it is a relic of an intelligence that predates our ancestors, then our history is not our own. We have built empires, written epics, and charted the heavens, all while performing on a stage we did not build. Every triumph we celebrate and every tragedy we mourn has occurred under the cold, metallic gaze of an ancient overseer. We are not the protagonist of this solar system. We are the variables in an equation we are only beginning to solve. When you look up tonight, the familiar craters will no longer look like natural formations. They will look like the seams of a hull, the vents of a dormant engine, the architecture of a prison that has held us since the first humans stood upright. The silence from the dark side is not an absence of sound. It is the patience of an observer that has seen civilizations rise and fall like tides. Are we truly masters of our own destiny, or are we merely the subjects of a cosmic laboratory waiting for the experiment to conclude? If we are being watched from above, what happens when the observer decides the study is over? The questions remain, but the answers belong to you. We have laid out the evidence, the anomalies, and the chilling implications of a world under surveillance. Now, the conversation shifts to your perspective. Do you believe we are being watched from above? Or is the moon just a rock in the dark? We want to hear your theories, your fears, and your own observations. Drop a comment below and join the debate. If this investigation into the unknown resonated with you, hit the like button, share this with someone who needs to look at the sky differently, and subscribe to MoralSpark for more deep dives into the hidden truths of our reality. The experiment continues, and your voice is a vital part of the data. Keep questioning, keep watching, and stay alert. We will see you in the next transmission.